A whole month with Google's newest device, the Pixel 4 XL. That's what I did. I used this phone for an entire month, and I gotta say, I've gotten a roller coaster of emotions. Now, you may have heard all the issues that came alongside with this device. Reports about poor battery life, random signs of major lag, insufficient amounts of storage, random bugs, and a drawback in features when compared to other competitors. I'm here to clear all those issues and let you know that all those reports are wrong and this is the best phone that you can buy. I'm just kidding, it's not the perfect smartphone. I did experience some of those issues, but it does have a lot of wonderful features that I very much enjoyed, and I do believe the pros outweigh the cons here. So the way I wanted to format this video is in the first part I'll explain everything that I didn't like about the Pixel 4, and in the second part I'll go over everything that I did like. So the first problem that people are complaining about is the battery life. When paying for a $900 to $1,000 flagship, one of the main things that you expect is great battery performance. The Pixel 4 XL falls a bit short in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, it's not horrible. Usually I'll get a screen on time of around 5 to 6 hours with moderate use, but nowadays those results are average. The OnePlus 7T, which is a lot cheaper at just $600, can last just as long, and even then OnePlus's Warp Charge 30T serves as a substitute for the mediocre battery life since it can charge the phone back up much faster than the Pixel 4 can. And when you compare the Pixel 4 to similar priced flagships like the iPhone 11 Pro or Galaxy Note 10, those devices are far more efficient per milliamp hour and have way better screen on time at around 7 hours. I think it's the inclusion of a 90Hz panel and the new Soli radar chip for motion sense that has made the battery life drain a lot quicker. Luckily, you can disable the motion sense feature by going to the settings, system, motion sense, and toggling it off, but let's be honest, what's the fun in that? Another rant that I've seen on the web is that the Pixel 4 has some lag issues. Artem, the owner of Android Police, was able to demonstrate this on Twitter. Personally, the performance for me has been spectacular. The 90Hz panel makes everything feel a lot smoother than the Pixel 3, but it has been proven that Google does throttle down to like 60Hz for specific apps like Google Maps or Waze, or even when you lower the brightness to something below 45%. The random switch up is noticeable, but there is a workaround to force 90Hz to be enabled at all times. It's in the developer options, but of course sticking with 90Hz indefinitely will result in lower battery life. And the last few things that I didn't really enjoy is that the display doesn't get as bright as I'd like it to get. I usually found myself becoming surprised that it was at full brightness, even though it didn't seem like it was. Maybe that's just me being spoiled by the OnePlus 7T's display, or the Note 10's display, or even iPhone 11 Pro's display. All those phones at full brightness make the Pixel 4 look like it's at 75%. And it's true that Google intentionally lowered the amount of light that the screen emits because recently XDA developers have found a hidden high brightness mode which allows you to increase the maximum brightness. However, it can only be activated if you're rooted. I'll drop a link to that article if you're interested in enabling it. My theory for the lower brightness has got to be to extend the battery life, but seriously Google, if you're so worried about the consumption of battery that you have to cut corners to make it last a bit longer, it wouldn't have hurt to make the capacity a bit bigger. I also didn't enjoy how the maximum storage capacity is only 128 gigabytes. To some it may seem like more than enough, but it wouldn't have hurt to include a 256 gigabyte model, especially considering that nowadays apps and games are much larger in size, 4K video recordings are common, and the OS already takes up 14 gigabytes, so you're only left with 114 gigabytes out of the box. I know they're trying to push for cloud storage, but most of us would rather have internal phone storage for offline use, or at least throw an SD card slot in there. Face Unlock worked great, it recognized really well and unlocked extremely fast, just as fast as the OnePlus 7T or iPhone 11 Pro, but it has a huge security flaw. The phone will unlock even when your eyes are closed, so if you have a crazy girlfriend, then she can unlock your phone at night while you're sleeping. Luckily, Google is planning to fix this in an upcoming software update. Finally, I was a little disappointed that they didn't include a wide-angle lens on the rear camera, considering that every other OEM already has included one at least once. When I used the Pixel 4, I experienced multiple instances where a wide-angle lens would have come in handy. Instead, as most of you know, Google resorted to a 2x telephoto lens, which is still a great option to capture something that's far away. It works great, providing great detail even at maximum zoom, 8x, since the post-processing stacks multiple exposures to sharpen up the image. I thought that was quite impressive. I've never seen a smartphone do that before, but I do feel like the trio combo, primary lens, telephoto, and wide angle, would have immediately made the camera the complete package. So after bashing this phone for so long, let's take it to a more positive level and talk about everything that I did enjoy about the Pixel 4. But before I do, I wanted to give a shout out to Spigen for sponsoring this video. If you're looking to buy a case for the Pixel 4 or any other smartphone, they have a wide range to choose from. Each one is made with high quality material to provide the utmost protection for your device. I'm currently in love with the rugged armor case. It provides a tight and secure fit with a slim design, providing great protection without making the phone look bulky. The matte finish and indents on the side give it an excellent grip. If you have the exclusive orange Pixel 4 and want to show off the back, they have clear cases called Liquid Crystal and Ultra Hybrid. Their Neo Hybrid case is also a solid choice for protection since it's dual layered and has bumper protection. A thin fit case for those who want something slim and lightweight, or if you're looking for heavy duty protection, then the tough armor gets the job done. Those are just a few examples of the type of cases that you can purchase, but there's a lot more to choose from. They even have fast chargers, so if you have a Galaxy device, this would be a great option. I'll drop a link in the description if you want to check them out on Amazon. Anyways, first off, motion sense is my favorite feature on this device. I can't tell you how nice it is to just reach for the phone and have it automatically unlock without me having to touch the device. It's also kind of cool that I can wave my hand over the phone and skip songs, snooze alarms, or even silence incoming calls. It's not perfect though. I did occasionally find myself having to make the gesture twice for the phone to recognize my movements. I also found it annoying that I couldn't see the notification content on my lock screen once I reached for the phone. To do this, I would need to disable a setting in the Face Unlock menu called Skip Lock Screen, and even then when I reached for the phone and the screen turned on, I still needed to tap on the display to bring up the notification contents. I know I said no negative stuff in the second part of the video, but it's just something that I needed to point out. Other than that, it's a fantastic feature. It even enables the always on display when you're nearby and disables it when you walk away from the phone, since the Soli radar chip detects your movements. Secondly, the software on any Pixel is spectacular. That's no surprise. The Pixel experience is running Android 10 out of the box, and I've come to love all the exclusive features that set the Pixel 4 apart from its competitors. I love the new live wallpapers, which are customizable. They're so unique and attractive. I also love that you can customize the UI in the Wallpapers app. You can create your own preset and select a new font, status bar icons, accent color, and application icon shape. Live caption is spectacular for when you're at the library or you forgot your headphones. It automatically transcribes anything being said in a video or audio on your screen for you to read. You can move it around or double tap it to expand it, or just disable it from the volume slider. The new and improved gesture navigation is now very comparable to what iOS provides. It just feels right to slide in from the edge of the screen to go back to a previous menu, and I love switching back and forth between my recent apps by just swiping right or left on the bottom bar. And now with these new gesture controls, ActiveEdge to bring up Google Assistant just makes a lot more sense. Before, bringing up Google Assistant wasn't as difficult since you could just long press on the home key. Now you need to swipe up diagonally from any bottom corner and it doesn't feel as intuitive. Therefore, I found myself squeezing the phone a lot more because it just feels right. I love the screen attention feature to prevent the screen from turning off if you're looking at it. It uses the front-facing camera to do this. Within the personal safety app, it can detect whether you've gotten into a car crash, and if you don't respond right away, it'll attempt to call 911 and provide them with your location. I haven't tested it out and I kind of don't want to, so I'm not sure how well it works, but it's there. So overall, I love the software on the Pixel 4 XL. It's in my top list of the best software on any smartphone. Lastly, my experience with the cameras has been amazing, even though I wish it had a wide-angle lens. Sure, the physical camera module on the back isn't that attractive, but it's not as bad as what the iPhone 11 Pro has. That thing is ugly. The Pixel 4 takes the best photos when compared to any other smartphone. It's got incredible color accuracy, exposure, shadows, and contrast are all well balanced. Most other phones have trouble getting the exposure just right, not the Pixel 4. So I didn't really have a problem with the picture quality on this device. You can even fine-tune the shadows and highlights manually, which is perfect for when I have a subject standing right in front of the sun. Usually the subject in a photo will turn completely black with a perfect looking background, or the subject will be well lit up, but the background will look like they're in heaven. With these manual controls on the Pixel 4, I can fix the picture before it's even taken. Night sight has gotten a lot more accurate, and I'm not joking when I say it works like magic. I used it all the time at night, no matter what. It will brighten up the scene at night immensely and provide no signs of grain or muddy colors. Every time I show this mode off to some of my friends, their jaws always drop. and the new astrophotography mode makes the jaws drop even lower when I take a picture of the night sky, and it captures every beaming star. It's not perfect though, it works better when you have a tripod, but it's still amazing, and when you take a picture of the moon, it just looks like a bright white dot. No other smartphone can provide the same results. Overall, the picture quality and camera features on the Pixel 4 have been top class. The only thing you'll be missing out on is 4K video recording at 60 FPS and a wide-angle lens. As for the speakers, I found them to be incredible. Even though it's not front-facing this time around, they get really loud. Not as loud as the OnePlus 7T, but just about. The sound quality has also been improved from the last generation Pixel, and it's definitely noticeable. So when making phone calls on the speaker or just playing music on this device during my time of use, it was a great experience. Last but not least, I love the build quality on the Pixel 4. It felt extremely nice to hold. The smooth matte glass orange back and aluminum frame made the phone feel grippy and solid. For me, it's probably the most comfortable phone I've held in a while. The XL model isn't that big, so it fit perfectly in the palm of my hand. Plus, I like how the phone looks. Even though it's a bit controversial, the squarish camera module on the back gives the phone a minimalist look, which to me is quite appealing. And even though the phone isn't bezel-less, the top and bottom bezel didn't bother me as much as the large notch on the Pixel 3 XL. I even forgot that it was there after a couple days of using the Pixel 4. So you've seen what I liked and didn't like about the Pixel 4 XL. It's a $900 flagship that can be upgraded to $1,000 if you get the 128GB model. Let's be honest, you're probably going to get that version anyway since you're more likely to run out of space with just 64GB. Would I recommend it? Yes, but only if battery life isn't a big deal for you. As I said before, the XL provides mediocre results when it comes to battery, but it can still manage to last the entire day if you're not a heavy user. People who will buy the phone will be happier with the camera, software experience, and the feel of the phone. Personally, I wouldn't choose this over the OnePlus 7T or Galaxy Note 10 Plus since they provide a similar experience, have a better battery, and have a wide-angle lens. But it's a satisfier for that die-hard Pixel fan, or a great upgrade if you're rocking a Pixel 3 XL and want to keep those familiar Pixel exclusive software features. So far, everything has held up well after using the phone for an entire month. Nothing has really changed or decreased in value, but it's going to be much more interesting to see if that changes in the coming months. So drop a thumbs up if you would like to see a long-term review of the Pixel 4 XL, and get subscribed with the notification bell turned on so you don't miss out on that video when it comes out. Either way, that's been my experience with the Pixel 4 XL. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Kapow!